Alright, lads and lasses, week 3, Dataset 7. Oh, it's going to be fun, isn't it? Right? Process mining. Now, this company that I'm going to show you the stuff from, it was a customer who raised my attention, right? And honestly, when I saw them in action, saw what they were doing, I loved it, right? This is brilliant. This is perfect for you. So let's get on. Let's crack on and see where we are, yeah? If you remember, we've got our loan data set. We've pulled that through. We've managed to build 2 whole tables out of it because it's quite limited, really, right? But 2 tables of joy as far as process mining is concerned, right? We've got a lovely mining table here, right? And we're going to really use that to get deeper into it, right? We've built a core table set. We've chucked a couple of tree maps into it, if you remember. Did that last week, right? And now let's have a look and see what's next, yeah? So process mining. Now, I've mentioned the term a lot in this video series, okay? But unless you're really kind of in the know, you might not know what process mining is. So at this highest level, it's a programmatic way of assessing a process, right? And the nice thing about it is it will actually analyze a process without having to know the process. So we can fire it blind at this loans data and we'll get something that will come out of it. Right? It's much better if you have this is my documented process and I can compare and contrast. That works much better for you in reality, but it's not a requirement. There's other things in there as well that will help or make things better. So being able to order your process steps makes a big difference. If you can do that, that will help you. Right? It will do it itself, but I'll show you what I mean when we get into it. Yeah. So the company I mean, right? It's a company called PAFnow. Now, PAFnow have embedded their platform within Power BI. So effectively, you're buying some visuals and a lot of know-how from them and some connectors, right? They are an amazing company, right? And I hope you can tell from this. I wish I was doing business with them, doing a lot more business with them. At the moment, I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not. I've got no interest in this. Don't make any money out of it. But I think they're a company that you guys should be aware of, right? And have a look at it. Right. I'm going to show you the free. I think the free is the right one to show you. I was umming and ahhing as to whether I should be reaching out to them and saying, look, I'm doing this video series. Do you want to get involved? But I thought, no, I'm going to show you the free. And I'm not going to be constrained to say, they're brilliant, they're amazing. Right? I'm not going to be accused of being a shill, right? They are what they are. I'm amazed by what I've seen from them, right? And their price point, I think it's a no-brainer for a big company. Let's put it that way. Right? If you're a small, medium-sized company, you know, you will want to have a think about it, but you'll probably find that the free will get you a long way, right? But even if you go beyond the free and you want to buy something, yeah, it's a really it's a great tool. Yeah, there's probably better ones out there. There are other process mining tools that are process mining engines themselves, and I'm sure you can get more out of them. There's a higher price point, much higher. I mean, I think when we looked, it was like 4 or 5 times higher for maybe 20% extra features. So 80-20 rule is the final 20% worth that much, for you know what I mean, right? There's paid layer. If you want it, contact them. Honestly, I hope more people contact them so that they actually lower their price point even more because there's some really nice stuff in there that I think benefits a business to just be able to get their teeth into it and actually be able to meaningfully understand what is going on in the business, not just what they say should be going on in the business. The two are different. So jump over to Power BI, have a look. Yeah, get rid of my face. I'm gone. Right? Let's get on with it, eh? So what I've done here, and I wanted to start with this, is I've set this all up as an app already. So if I go into my apps in Power BI, oh, I thought I'd published it. All right. So here we are in Power BI, right? And I've gone straight into the Power BI website. I wanted you to see it here, right? I'm not cheating. This is it set up, right? I'll take you through how it's set up, right? And I've built this, and because it's free, we're limited. Now, as you can see, based on the row counts, the numbers that we've got here, I need to limit this somehow. So what I've done is I've built a couple of things in here that will allow me to do it. The easiest way is just to right click on one of these and say, well, show me it, explain this month's data to me, right, at the home improvement level. So I can right click, drill through to activity, right? And here you are, this is me measure that we had written before. If you remember the secret one, filtered. So we've got where filtered is greater than 0 here in the case. Now, this is interesting, isn't it? So if we go here and we're looking at, this is our most basic version of this process, what's going on. And we can see we've got 613 that have come through this month. They've gone through into submitted, through to a concept. We've got some here now. There's some it's taking extra day to go through to complete the application. Some of them, other ones it's being accepted. So something here is happening because that's a day pretty much, and that's over a day, and this is 2/3 of a day. So something here we can see straight away is happening. And you might have your process flow that shows something always goes from concept to complete application to accepted, or it might go just straight through here. So let's pick one of these smaller numbers. This debt restructuring here. Let's pick one a bit higher. 45k. That hopefully there'll be more than one process in there. 3 loans, excellent. Right. So again, if we start with our basic, we can see here something's going on straight away. Right. I mean, loan restructuring. I'd always expect there to be issues around that. Right. See, 2 of them, average time 14 hours, sorry, 14 days, 15 hours for 2 of them to go from the application was complete to an offer. Yeah. See here, something's happened. And after 25 days, they've sent it through and then they've gone and created the offer. So they've lost it or it's gone to the wrong place. It's been picked up here. And this is one of those areas again, where if we went through and chose to include, it'll show us the loan application it is. And because of the way it's filtered, this would be where I'd say you'd be able to get into that, or you'd want to get to that next step. So we could actually look and see who did that, how did that go through, who was involved in it, what happened. See, it's ended with it's being refused. So we can go in and we can see kind of something's going on with this. This definitely isn't a great loan, is it? But I hope you can see I'd never, ever have been able to get anything like this just from the data table that we had. And the ability to say, well, what process, when you go right over here, it's kind of like, what's everything doing? Especially when you get a small number like these 3 here. What's happening with all the applications? It's really eye opening to be able to see what's happening. And if we pick on one, this 25,000 one, and we zoom in a bit, we can see what's happening. So this has been accepted in the end. But you see, there's definitely something going on because they seem to be going round in some loops here. It's not a straightforward process. It's taken a long time to go between the offer and it being accepted, which, if it's mailed out, done something like that, it's not unusual. There'll be some steps that need to happen. But you can start to see at any given point, I'm able to track how long does it take to get. So we've had a look where we've got three processes in total with a slippage, right? Let's have a look at a higher number. Come back to loans. So we can pick here, and you can see right over here, you can see like the confusion that's going on. Now, I'm sure if we went this loan company and said, "Oh, what's your process?" They would tell us we've got a really solid process that just goes down, right? We can see that's not happening, right? There are things happening, there are steps that aren't being followed, right? There's a lot to do with this. So now we've seen it in the service. The next question is really, what does it look like to set up? How do we do it? So if we come back out to a file, and you can see here, I've got an activity tab, and you can see it's hidden, which is why you couldn't see it before, right? I never published the update after we did it last week, which is why the comparison tab's missing as well. But the activity is hidden. You right click on it, hide page. And you can see if I come here with no filters applied, it's broken the visual, yeah? So you've reached your 30,000 event limit. You need to get the paid version, right? Pay barrier that's in there, okay? What I've done is I've set this up though with a loan goal, yeah? With your, pick the loan goal, pick the month year, right? In theory, if you wanted to do it, you could also bring in your resource, so your person, right? I've not done it here because the person that we're using is probably not right, really, and that kind of just grates at my analytical head. But for this, it's dead easy. So if I went in here and I said, let's pick something, let's pick car, right? And you'll see it gives us, this is the flow for car. So for car loans in August 2016, this is what happened, right? So it came through, created the applications, went through. Do you know, I didn't mention this before in the service, but it's responsive, isn't it? And that's one of the things that I really like about this is I can actually use it in a meaningful way, and it's connected to my data. And I hope you can see from the way this filter's working that it is all part of the data. This is part of Power BI. This isn't some tool off to the side that's separate. This is part of the platform. And part of the platform is the power, really. I think that's, when it's embedded in your platform, you're able to really get more out of it. So how do you get PAFnow into your system? The way you do it is you bring it in. So when you're here, in your visualizations area, click the three dots, click get more visuals. Okay. And that'll then open up the Power BI gallery, won't it? And then in here, all you have to do is type in PAFnow and hit enter. There's the PAFnow process mining. Click to add it. It won't come in because I've already got it. Just click update and it'll say, it's the same, right? Dead easy. Once it's there, it's just a case of adding things, and it's not difficult, the information they're asking for, right? You can put in an end timestamp. I haven't done that, but you can do it if you want to, right? You bring through your case identifier. So for us, case ID, what's my application ID? That's all they're really caring about. And then what was the event label? So in this case, it's activity. That's where you really do want to think through your system. So if your system's got a process audit log or something like that, or a status audit log, go with your statuses. But if you can order your statuses, then you can have an ordered by field as well, can't you? In this case, I've just had to put activity for ordered by, right? And then we've got with timestamp. It's not rocket science, it's visual, right? And just from there, I'm able to get this to work. Now, there are other pay barriers in here as well. So there's this comparator, which you need the full version for, which would be where I would be able to say, this is my correct variant of the process, and it would then score bad behaviors on it. Yeah. But you can't do it without getting the paid version. But I think it does add a lot, and there's an awful lot that you lose, but you still get an awful lot. There's a lot on the table for a free, and there's a lot more that you get for the pro. So you've got things like your edges, how should it appear, your your conformity, which is the bit that's the paid barrier. You've got a legend that you can show. You can choose your layouts. So we could choose to put uniques highlighted. So things where a specific process is following a different path compared to others. So you actually start to really understand a lot more about what is happening within your data set. And again, don't forget, this is all free. You know, there's platforms out there doing this that are 100,000 plus, right? This is just mind blowing. I don't like doing top down. I want to do bottom to top or left to right, right to left. Pick them. Yeah. What's the direction you want to go? Your alignment, all these kinds of things are there. Okay. It works. Have a play with it though. I would definitely recommend, right? If you are choosing to go further with it, and honestly, the ability to take this and just turn it onto a system. I think the only issue I ever had with Path was there seemed to be a little bit of a gap between in the understanding about read only. So, we want to be able to get this out there. The value for this comes, and for me, in my life, it's about data literacy. The more people understand why we do something, the better. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard the story about the cathedral and the wall. Yeah. Nah, maybe you have. Right. Two people, right? Two gadgets working next to each other, right? And one of them's going, "Oh, I'm sick of my job, man. I only come in because I need the money, hate the place. Everyone's horrible to us. Don't know why I'm here, right? And, frankly, I'm not going to make a difference. Stupid, right? But I need the money, so I'm here, right?" And the other guy next to him goes, "Oh, I love it here, right? It's amazing. Honestly, right? I'm building a cathedral. I mean, yeah, I'm just building this little bit of a wall here, but it's part of a big cathedral, man. It's going to be amazing. I mean, I'll never get to see it finished, but it's amazing. Right? Can you see the difference? I know which guy I want working for me. And the reality is, it's not much different than just one of them knows what's going on in the business, one of them doesn't. So if you're sitting there going, "Oh, I want to get Power BI in, we're going to have a great data driven organization, blah, 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 DR this, DR that," right? But you don't want people to see the figures, you're not kind of getting the point, man. So data driven is about democratization of data. It's about making sure everyone in your business knows why you're doing something the way you're doing it. And if it's not right, is empowered enough to be able to come and say, "Do you know what? If we did it this way, it would work better." Yeah. So PAFnow is their site. Put the link in the description down below. Well worth having a discussion about. Well worth thinking through. How are we wanting to really measure our success? Right. KPIs, they are brilliant, right? Get your KPIs, get your core metrics in there. But at every given point, you need to be thinking, how can I validate whatever it is I'm promising to deliver? Are we doing a good job? Are we doing a bad job? How do we know which is which? Process mining is a really great way of starting to unpack what's going on within your business. So we might say, we can deliver something in 10 minutes. We can do this, we can do that. Process mining will allow you to actually prove what you can do. Having access to process mapping, even just the visualizations, they don't need to be able to build it, but having the access to understand what's going on can only be a good thing. So let's keep going on with this, right? We'll have a look through, do some more with it next week, right? Have a great weekend.